how should someone go about finding a good mentor?
I don't think mentorship itself is all that important. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with me with that. That's okay. But I would say you don't need a mentor, you need an advocate.
Hi, thank you for joining us again for another weekly Q&A session. My name's Katie Matthews, and I'm excited to be back to ask you more questions.
Great. Thank you very much, Katie. Thanks for having me. Let's do it.
All right, starting off with question 1, how should young professionals think about failure early in their careers?
You should think a lot about failure early in your career because you're probably going to make a lot of mistakes. There's 2 ways that I would suggest you consider that. The first one is when you're making a mistake. Is it a mistake or an error of omission or commission? Omission meaning you didn't even try. Like, this seems like it's too hard. It seems a little scary. I don't think I want to try it. Like, that's not cool. Error of commission is I gave it a shot. I put everything I have into it. And yeah, you know what? I bumped my head on it. I messed it up. What am I going to do? In that case, nobody who is more senior, your boss or senior members of the team, nobody's really going to care that you made that mistake of commission. What everybody is going to be looking at, Katie, is how fast you recover from it. What do you do in the comeback? Do you come back from it? Do you come back stronger? Do you go get feedback from other people? Do you add a level of resiliency to your work? Do you make the same mistake twice? Do you shrink back or do you get more bold and come more forward, with it on the next one? That's the key in making a mistake. Commission mistake, make the error. Like, it's okay. Recover from it and show everyone your resilience and your capability and that you learned from it. That's the key.
So going off of that, how could we be bold without overstepping our place?
Early in your career, it'll be really, really difficult for you to overstep. That's the thing. You have, like no other time in your career, even if you're a founder, you have essentially carte blanche to make mistakes of commission, of errors, and asking, those simple who, what, when, where, why, how questions, and what if, and why. You have that near carte blanche to do that because everybody knows, as smart as you are, you really don't know anything yet. So it's incumbent upon everyone else to kind of get a level of understanding and then provide some information to you or provide the task to you. You learn from it, you grow from it. If you make a mistake, you learn and you grow from that, you move on. Everybody will be looking at the recovery from it. So yeah, great follow-up.
Next, how important is mentorship in your career, and how should someone go about finding a good mentor?
So I never had a real mentor professionally. So I really don't know the answer to the question per se. I don't think mentorship itself is all that important. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with me with that. That's okay. But I would say you don't need a mentor, you need an advocate. So I'll answer it in 2 ways. The first one would be is almost you self-mentor. Here's what I mean by self-mentoring. Go volunteer. You just mentioned about the word bold. Go volunteer for a project or a task or something that's out of your comfort zone. My colleague Bridget would say, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Go out of your comfort zone and go volunteer for a project. Go deliver that time, cost, and quality. Go do that. People will gravitate to you because they'll see something in you. That provides a level of mentorship, one, but it's you generating it, not relying on others for it. So that's the way that I would look at it. Standpoint, go drive your own mentorship and others will follow. The second part is the advocate. At a certain point in time, and this is a message to all of our heritage leaders out there, our next generation needs advocacy, that banging on the table to support them Those people who are bold, who are going for it, who are pursuing it hard, who want to deliver in terms of time, cost, and quality and have leadership aspirations, you've got to be an advocate for them. Support them in their journey. They will reward you 10 times over. That to me is the key. A mentor doesn't really have any skin in the game. An advocate has all the skin in the game. And the deliverable, the asset, the interest that they have is in you. That's what you need to look for. But you get that as a result of delivering outside of your comfort zone, Katie.
What is the big difference you see between Gen Z entering the workforce and older generations?
I could tell you a lot of the older generations, have a lot of stereotypes on Gen Z. If you really boiled it down, if you think about it, you're going to enter the workforce and Gen Z colleagues who are already in the workforce. You are going to lead and be a part of a team like no other before you that has perhaps 5 different generations in it. It's never happened before. You will have a Gen Alpha who's behind you, Gen Z colleagues, millennials, Gen X, and even baby boomers in and on your team. The youngest baby boomer is 61 years old. They're still going to be in the workforce for this foreseeable future, frankly, a lot of them. You're also going to be the first generation professionally who's going to lead and be part of a team that has a robot in it, some AI component. Well, that's a very, very unique way to be a part of a team that's not been done before. So the skill that you need to develop and lead with is a level of emotional intelligence, meeting other people where they are and then bringing them along for the ride to whatever the goal or the destination, professionally might be. Well, that's going to be a challenge. But those who possess that emotional intelligence skill, along with those other attributes that we talk about, will certainly drive business going into the future because they're going to be able to communicate across those generations and human and non-human teams.
Okay, thank you. What's one piece of career advice that sounds good, but you actually disagree?
Well, that's a good one, Katie. Work harder. This is going to get really popular too. Work harder. So I'm a huge advocate for if you have a goal, a pursuit, you need to put every ounce into it, like absolutely every ounce. You don't worry about burnout. You don't worry about, other, kind of other external variables. You go pursue your goal. And so I'm all for that. What I'm not for is people just working hard for the sake of working hard. That effort is nothing compared to output. So things like grit and determination, people would say, well, I'll run through a wall and all that. You don't need to run through a wall. Make a plan to walk through the door so you can still deliver high amounts, time, cost, quality, good deliverables, strong, outside of your comfort zone. But that doesn't mean you need to do it 29 hours a day, 11 days a week. Use the tools around you, develop a minimal technical competency so that you're more than acceptable with a variety of tools that enable you. Use the attributes that you have of being a great team player, a great soloist, to own a piece of work, solve problems, communicate, and then apply your grit to go deliver. That's what I would say is it just work harder. That doesn't do it. That doesn't cut it anymore. You've got to be more broad and open the aperture professionally on that.
So what do you think is one underrated way that young professionals could stand out in
It minimal technical competency. It kind of go from the back to the front. When you can be effective with a variety of different tools, upskilling yourself, reskilling yourself. If anything else, Gen Z learns faster than any generation before them because you have the ability to consume content, instructional content, and then apply it on the fly. You just do. So if you can do that, a minimal technical fluency or competency, that goes a long way because it allows you to go quicker and it allows you to apply things like your ability to solve complex business problems with critical thinking and intellectual curiosity. It allows you to communicate better across a variety of modes and channels with people. It allows you to collaborate better in a variety of different teams so that you can break out of your comfort zone and that you feel comfortable as a soloist owning something because you can apply that in a variety of different ways to success.
Great, thank you. That wraps up what I have for you today. I look forward to meeting with you again next week and asking you more questions.
Sounds like a plan, Katie. Thank you, and thank you, everybody. See you soon.